So the big news out of last night, John Cox, Republican, going up for governor. I think it's a sign that there are a number of people in California that are wanting some real change.
Well, you know, we didn't expect huge victories in the state of California, at least for the Republicans. We knew that that wasn't going to happen. But seeing a Republican on the ballot for governor, especially with the way that this state runs its primary, is significant for us. And it also shows that a Trump endorsement works, even in the liberal state of California. A Trump endorsement means something. I believe it has a lot to do with immigration, also taxes, regulations. But moving forward, we're going to have to fight, but we're ready to do it.
Well, one of the things, Tommy, is I know Republicans had worried that unless a Republican finished in the top two, it would be two Democrats for that big state office. And then with the other congressional races and stuff like that, what would turn people out? Thankfully for the Republicans, they said last night, we've got a Republican at the top, and so people are going to go out and vote, and it's going to be better for us, and maybe that blue wave might be actually a little red.
Well, what I hope that yesterday and today and ongoing is going to show Republicans in this state is that we have to turn out. We have to be vocal. We have to make sure that we're voting. We succeeded yesterday in making sure that we have John Cox on the ballot, making sure that we can propel him forward. But that doesn't mean that the fight is over. We have to continue. He has to make sure that his messaging is very clear to Californians. We want to make a change. I think we're going to do it. It's going to be a tough battle.
Right.
We know in this state, Gavin Newsom is going to be the favorite, but we have a chance. For first time in a long time, we have a chance.
Well, here's the thing. In terms of the House, there's about 7 very contentious fights there. And a lot of people believe the House will go Democrat or Republican, depending on what happens in California with Darrell Issa's seat and Dana Rohrabacher's seat. And so far, the jungle primary has not yielded solid Democrats or solid Republicans for that. But it got quite close because there's so many Democrats who felt as though they wanted to run for that seat. It diffused a lot of the votes. So it allowed Rohrabacher and others to stay up top.
Yeah, perhaps they got a little too excited with their blue wave and it actually ended up helping out some Republicans. But hey, there are some things in the state that we can look at, the small victories we're going to take. We have a California state senator who is facing recall because of his vote for, again, a higher gas tax. So that just shows that Californians are upset with the high taxes. We're upset with failed immigration policies and no border enforcement. We're tired of overregulation. We're tired of unaffordability. So this is a good sign, small victories, but we'll take them.
All right, Tomi, a lot of folks in the media have been having a field day about where on earth Melania Trump is, and we might have just hit rock bottom with one reporter from the Rolling Stone, Jamil Smith. Let me just read you his tweet. He says, "I wish that I didn't suspect that the prolonged, poorly explained public absence of Melania Trump could be about concealing abuse. I wish that it was a ludicrous prospect. I wish that the president wasn't a man with a history of abusing women, including those to whom he is married." No sources, nothing to back this up. Welcome to 2018.
But by the way, that's not true, but go ahead.
Right.
Well, we hear journalists and we hear the mainstream media often complain that Trump attacks them, that Trump goes after them, that they're losing credibility because of this president. No, I'm sorry. They're losing credibility because of things like that. To advance something so ridiculous like that and put that out there with no sources, no facts, just to speculate on that, that's the reason that the American public does not trust the mainstream media, does not trust journalists. To put something out there like that, I don't care if you're anti-Trump. That's one thing. But when you go as far as to say that Melania might be abused and that's why we haven't seen her in a while and she's just suffered an illness and a surgery, that's ridiculous. And I hope the American people are looking at this and watching it as a further example of, again, Trump derangement syndrome.
All right. And just real quick, what would happen to that writer if they had said that about Michelle Obama?
Oh, that writer wouldn't be working anymore. There would be an outrage over this. But again, we know that the double standard is the only standard the left operates on. And they're really hurting themselves at the end of the day when they advance this ridiculousness. I think most Americans are smart enough to know that it's ridiculous. And they look at this, and this writer, I believe, has lost a lot of credibility because of it.
Yeah, unbelievable. This is not someone with an egg on Twitter. This is an actual
blue check.
Someone that works for the Rolling Stone. Unreal. Tomi, good to have you with us this morning.